What is up, YouTube? That's here today. I'm back playing some more Pokemon VGC Reg Wi-Fi battles. Today, we're busting out a team that features two of my favorite Pokemon of all time. We got Reshiram and Zekrom, two of the best dragons in the game. We're using Fusion Flare and Fusion Bolt on this team, and we also have a little bit of Fusion Flare and Fusion Bolt on our Scarf Smeargle as well. So hopefully we get that combo off at least once. Remember, Fusion Bolt and Fusion Flare are two really cool moves. They're normally base 100s, but they deal double damage if used after one another in like the turn order progression, right? So if I want to open up with like a Zekrom and go for a Fusion Bolt, and then if the next mon that moves happens to be my Reshiram and I use Fusion Flare, it will double the damage of that Fusion Flare, and vice versa. If for some reason like Reshiram's faster than Zekrom, maybe in like a Trick Room situation where Reshiram would go first, if Reshiram uses the Fusion Flare and then Zekrom uses the Fusion Bolt, you know, we're going to be able to do a ton of damage there. So hopefully we get some big wins with this team. This team features a bunch of my favorite Pokemon. We have Muk Smeargle here for just a little bit of distraction. This is not a, you know, what is that, Power of Alchemy Muk. I think this is like a Poison Touch, like minimized, just like kind of weird standalone Muk. But the main feature of this team, the main draw, is the Zekrom and the Reshiram. They're two of my favorite Pokemon. I want to feature them while we have Reg I for just a little bit longer. If you guys like this sort of content, you want to see more, think about dropping a sub on the channel. We're trying to get to 50,000 subscribers before the end of the year, and we'd love to have you along for the ride. And without further ado, let's get right onto these games. Wish me luck. Here we go. Alright, here we go. Shadow Rider Zenta, huh? With a little bit of Scrafty, Gouging Fire, Gyarados. That's actually a really cool team. I think there's a lot of fun stuff going on over there. I mean, I could come in with like Zekrom, Wims, set Tailwind. I think probably staggering Tailwind wouldn't be a terrible play. I'm looking at this Scarf Smeargle, thinking I really like Scarf Smeargle into like Shadow Rider because you can soak that first Astral, transform into them, and then you're Scarfed. So that's really good. Same thing against like Zenta. You can just go Ghost Terra if you want to avoid the body press. So I think Smeargle is a really good choice. I think like if I wanted to open up with like Wims, I really am liking the Zek here. I really think there's something with Zek here. I like the Scale Shot. I mean, Reshiram's always going to be good. I'll just go Reshiram there. Mid-game, Zek is good to avoid Intimidates, and then close the Smeargle. And remember, the whole point of our team is they're really going to be thinking that we're going like Muk Smeargle. So like, they're going to be coming in with taunts, they're going to be coming in with fake outs, and like, I think our board's pretty okay. Should just lead Smeargle though. Nah, we'll do that later. I don't think that this is a board that I could lead with like Smeargle and Zek or Smeargle and Reshiram, because like they would honestly just shove us down too fast. There might be some more passive like Trick Room-esque teams that we can do that into, but I don't think that it'll work against this one. So there's that Scrafty, there's the big Intimidates. Really like that I didn't lead the Zek. Look how good we are into that Zenta. Oh my goodness, feels great. I'm gonna try and get my Tailwind up. I'm gonna try and go for maybe some. Well, let's see. I'm going to try and go over a lot of stuff, but we have a lot of good options here. I'm trying to think of exactly what I need to do. I think we have Endeavor on this Wims too. I don't know if I have Fake Tears. Do I have Fake Tears and Endeavor? Am I an actual cooker? I am. We have Ghost Terra if we want to use it too. I think that's good. I think that's worth, because like, even if you want to go into the Reshiram, I think if you fake out and hit Reshiram, that's my Fairy. Ooh, I am Fairy there. I could just Terra my Reshiram. But if they go fake out, like Heavy Slam my Wims, I'd lose the game. Yeah, and I need Tailwind to win the game, so works for me. I have Ancient Power here too. This set is so cool. Yeah, let's just do this. If they just Clock Wims Sash with like a Heavy Slam or something, because it would still do a lot of damage here. You know, we just gotta deal with it. I think they probably are fake out in the Reshiram and body pressing the Reshiram, but like I don't need Reshiram to win as much as I need like the rest of my team to work correctly. No, fake outs are fine. Love this. Cool, Tailwind is up, which means I just get to hit you. Like, yeah, that super works for me. Big damage. Oh, almost gets the KO. Almost. Body press Reshiram, yep, super standard. Doesn't get the KO. And taunt. Cool. Good tech. I can pin you with Moonblast. I think I have Moonblast on this set. I do. So Moonblast can go there. You're probably thinking I'm going to Moonblast your Zenta. I'm not. Oh, I want to Ancient Power that thing so bad. This is good. Moonblast is actually going to do a lot into Scrafty. And so again, we talked about this, that we're completely conditioning their team into using that like taunt, Scrafty, the fake outs, the intimidates, all that good stuff. It should get the KO, right? Yeah, Moonblast 4 times super effective. Scrafty, really, really cool mon. I might be featuring a Scrafty team pretty soon, but we end up taking those all the way to the bank. Fusion Flare not going to be working it out today. I think we have the right tech in the back. Zekrom's really good. They might be blowing like another Intimidator here. They might go like Gyarados. I think Shadow Rider's a good come in here. Ooh, Gouging Fire. Alright, well then I can just go Moonblast and Draco. Speed Booster. I think they outspeed our Reshiram here. Most likely outspeeds, but I'm okay with that. So Moonblast, Zenta, keep you honest. Just rip the Draco. You can go Fairy Terra, I think that's okay with me. Smeargle seems really good here. He goes for a Double Protect, which I think is good tech. He's trying to bait out an Encore, I think, and we're just not taking the bait. We also don't have it. Let's see. What's your play, Mr. Gouging Fire? And do you even... What does my Reshiram outspeed? Doesn't. Never lucky. This should still probably KO if I'm being honest, though, right? Come on. Just give me the KO. Draco! -1, but you didn't Terra, so you're done. Alright, so this Reshiram is like super, super weak now. Hey, you know, we take this all the way to the bank. We don't gotta win with like... We don't have to win with like the cool tech, like Fusion Flare, Fusion Bolt stuff. I'm still gonna try and make it work. I'm gonna pivot in my Smeargle, lose my Whims, and then see what we can do. Because it's Shadow Rider here, right? Yeah. Okay. And this is the last turn of my Tailwind, so like I will eat your Astral. I will eat this. I mean, I don't have to eat it though. I can just reapply the Tailwind. That's actually probably a good play. So you could just come in here. Let me really realistically think about how I want to do this, because like I know I can set up something fun. Trying to think of saving this. I'm gonna pivot in here. And, like, honestly, we're fine to just do, like, should Draco into that slot. Yeah, battle's canceled. It takes a win anyways. We don't even need the rest of the mons on our team, so we take those wins. Reshiram Whims. Just kind of good if your opponent... See, like, I think that's a really good example. Like, we're playing on ranked, right? But Shadow Rider Zenta is one of the best cores in the game. But if you don't have the right supporting cast, like, we've been talking a lot on, like, the VGC Masterclass that we did all throughout July, right? You can have, like, Intimidators and Fake Out users, but when you don't have that, like, redirection, you don't have, like, the perfect partners, you don't have dynamic speed control of your own, even if you have the best restricted core in the game, you still can't play the game. So if you want to know more about what I'm talking about, please think about checking out some of these other videos. The VGC Masterclass was a lot of fun in July. We talked about having the right defensive tools for a lot of teams to set stuff up for success. If that sounds like something that's interesting to you, think about checking it out, and let's get into another game. Man, is that a Reshiram mirror match? I'm not scared. I'm not scared. I'll fight you. See, but that guy see, we're talking about all the things you need for your team. Redirection, fake out, dynamic speed control. A lot of good stuff here. How do we want to deal with this? Smeargle is actually super usable into a lot of these. So we gotta watch out. I gotta use that as an option. I really want to lead Reshiram and just like Draco Meteor their Ogre Pond with like the Turbo Blaze. That'd be really sick. I think I can actually get away with like manual casting Tailwind here if I wanted to. I could even lead something like Flutter Mane here and not have it be terrible. But I like Whims. I think Whims can come. I think Whims Reshiram is usable. I ain't no slouch. And like I don't mind pivoting in a Flutter if I think they're gonna Draco Meteor me with their Reshiram, and then I close with Zek. Good. The Muck Smeargle is bait, guys. The Muck Smeargle is like completely bait. This Muck is just like standard minimized Muck. It's not Power of Alchemy. Like it's completely just there to like mess with what, you know, they're really doing here. So we're gonna see what we can get going on over here and try our best to make this work. But we'll see what it looks like. Zacian up the rip. So they're leading with dynamic speed control, big Zacian energy. They're trying to take out our Whims, but like this is a weird situation. I don't think Reshiram's actually afraid of a Zacian. I think we're gonna get a Terra out of them this turn. So I'm just going to go for the Tailwind trade. I don't even need a Tailwind trade if I'm being honest. Let me think about that. I do need a Tailwind trade because I don't want to get taunted next turn. So yeah, I'll Tailwind. I will Tailwind and I will Fusion Flare. And if you want to do something different that deviates from that strategy, like protect Zacian, maybe like read a Bleak when you get a speed drop, then you're at the mercy of my potential encores, my potential taunts, things like that. I like this. You know, I think Zacian's going to have to blow a defensive Terra this turn, or like an aggressive Terra. They might have like doubled it Fairy and go for a player F, but I don't even know if that KOs Reshiram. Like, Reshiram's kind of big. No Terras. Cool. So let's see what this Torn's doing. Are you tailwinding? You're not. So like, again, you got to be this tall to ride, bro. You got to be this tall to ride. We take those. I don't know what people think they're doing today, but like, you saw, like, we're on ranked. We are on the ranked ladder. Bleakwind. Yeah, I mean, I don't hate this play. But now, like, you see how you're at the potential for, like, me to encore you. You clock my Sash. You set up for my ability to go for Endeavor. Like, I'm in a really, really good spot here. Like, I'm going to go for Endeavor Ancient Power, I think. I think I'm going to cook it. Oh, who'd you get a speed drop on? I need to actually check that. I think that's pretty important. I think you got a speed drop on my Whims. Oh, we'll see. Because Endeavor's not priority, right? It goes off your speed tier. In Sin. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna Endeavor this thing. Endeavor Ancient Power, boys. Never leave home without it. Speed drop. Double speed drop. Ooh, that's unfort. But they're still gonna fake out. So we're gonna go Ghost Terra. Rip the Endeavor. And we're gonna get that speed drop back. So that was like the best case scenario for that Bleakwind too. He got a crit and 2 speed drops, and it's still like lost in the game. And again, you can't protect in front of Whims because you have to be respectful of Encore. But I think we're gonna be fine. I think if they fake out the Reshiram, they fake out the Reshiram, they eat the Endeavor. If they fake out the Whims, I get to do this anyways. They should be tailwinding this turn. So let's see what happens here. If they want to go tailwind and have Incin, like, I don't think Incin outspeeds Whims, even at -1. Fake out Reshiram, that's fine. You're eating the Endeavor, like, easy peasy, bro. Woo! Look at that damage. Bleakwind again, bro. He's immune. That's crazy. Egg attack. But you know what's going to happen here, though, right? You know what's going to happen here. It's Zekrom time. It is time for Zekrom. Are you guys ready for this? I don't know if you guys are actually ready for this. The right play is most definitely Flutter Mane. You Icy Wind break. It's such a right play to go Flutter Mane here. But I want the Zek. I want it. I need it. Here we go. Because, like, Flutter Mane would also break Torn Sash if it is Sash Torn. But I like this. I think this is cool. So Fusion Bolt's going to go in there. And this is going to let us Fusion Flare into that Torn. If I want to do that. I think that's still the right play. Yeah, let's go. The speed tiers might be a little bit thrown off. But I think we're going to be good. Here we go. Let's do this. And if something wants to, like, pivot, I think we're in a good spot. He pivots out the Incineroar. Awesome. So this is going to be eating a Fusion Bolt. Remember, you have to use both these moves in conjunction with each other. There's the Reshiram, shiny Reshiram versus this double Dragon Core. Good thing we saved our Flutter Mane in the back, right? So there's a Tailwind on their side. Nice, nice. Okay. Value. Just doing some chip damage, and so here we go. This is going to do double damage. I think it also has a special animation. Look at this. Big Fusion Flare. Look at this. Woo! Oof! Oh my gosh, the double damage Fusion Flare. Dude, Gen 5 staying alive, that's so good. So they have a Tailwind up. Now the good thing is, I have a Flutter Mane that I can pivot in. They are pretty weak on that side. But let's think about what we realistically want to do here. Last turn of my Tailwind. I'm pretty confident that my Zekrom can outspeed their Reshiram. So, like, I could do, like, a Scale Shot, or I could just Fusion Bolt. There's a lot of different things here. I could also just Protect and pivot in my Flutter, and I don't think that's ever wrong. This lets me block Dragon moves. This lets me block Fake Outs. You can Earth Power that slot, but it doesn't really do anything. So I get a Booster here, which isn't, like, amazing, but I don't want to eat a Fake Out, you know? There's a Terra on their side. We get the Terra out of them. They should be going like Fairy, right? I'm thinking it's going to be Fairy. And then Reshiram's going to be good into our team. But I think that like Booster Flutter would outspeed their Incin. So I can drop an Icy Wind, pivot up my Zek to come back in unintimidated. I think we have it. It's just going to be a little dicey. As long as Flutter doesn't take any big damage this turn, I think we're good. So Fake Out's going into Zek. Oh, it goes into Reshiram. Wow, they were ignoring my Zek. Blue Flare. They're trying to make a read. Yeah, that's not going to work. So we're going to, I think the right play is like try and wait out their Tailwind correctly. So we go into Reshiram, fodder. Reshiram potentially just rip an Icy Wind. You can blue flare my fodder. I think that's okay. I think that's okay. I think we still come in and win here. It's hard to say though, right? I could be protecting my fodder this turn. That might be a better play. I think fodder could just live a blue flare unless they're specs. And if they're specs or have some sort of like really aggressive item like that, like you can't ever break the Zekrom and the Reshiram if all you can use is blue flare, right? Maybe I should have protected here though. Let me know in the comments. Would you have protected here or ripped the Icy Wind? We have speed, cool. That's a bulky Reshiram. So I made the right play. Yeah, booster fodder is kind of nice. They're slowing it down. Now I'm going to be able to bring up my Zekrom, weave and protect, and then, you know, be able to outspeed. Heat wave, good tech. Fodder main holds. Awesome. So in this situation, they are running out of turns on Tailwind. They have one turn. I'm just going to rip a Fusion Flare and just drop a protect. And then I'm going to be able to, well, we'll see what happens. I'd still like to be able to finish this off with like a Fusion Flare, Fusion Bolt combo, but I don't think I need it. Draco, good Draco. So the cool thing about Draco there is now you're just too weak to be able to ever break anything. You won't be able to break the Flutter with the Blue Flare anymore. You won't be able to break the Zekrom. We just come in and go Moonblast, Fusion Bolt, and win out. Perfect. The latest Tailwind of all time. But we take those wins. So Zekrom comes back out. I think it's appropriate that we're using like Zekrom and Reshiram with all the you know, new TCG set based around all the Gen 5 mons. It's appropriate, it's cool. So Moonblast, big damage here. Any special attack drops? Not required. Not required, not needed. Fusion Bolt, busted. We take those wins all the way to the bank. Man, this team's a lot of fun to play. This team's a lot of fun to play. Uses a lot of my favorite mons. And we take those wins all the way to the bank. Alright, super standard. Miraidon, Lunala, Sin, Grim. All the good stuff. Is it finally time for Muck? It could be. It could definitely be time for Muck. This team doesn't have dynamic speed control, so I am allowed to lead Flutter Main. I am allowed to lead Flutter Main and just dumpy them. There's no rules or laws saying that I can't do that. Kind of want to lead Muck though, right? I think I'm going to lead with these two. If you want to lead in Sin, you can. But like these are pretty good. And then what do I think about Whims here? It's usable, right? Actually, against this guy's team, could I just go with like a Fusion Bolt, Fusion Flare core? Like, could I do that? Could I get away with that? It's kind of hard to say, right? I mean, Muck is never terrible. I'm gonna go with the Muck in the last spot. Let's try it. Let's try this. I think Muck could actually work here. Alright. Let's see if this works. Double restricted. So they want Volt Switch TR is what they're looking at here. So we can taunt the Lunala. And I think I might just protect Zek. Taunt Lunala, protect Zek. If you Volt Switch my Flutter and go in with Ursa, like that does suck, I guess. Maybe I should be ripping a Scale Shot into that slot. That's fine, actually. I'm okay with this. Yeah, I'm gonna take a... If you want to Dazzle, you absolutely can. Go nuts. We're taunting here. And we're gonna just Fusion Bolt there. I'm gonna disrespect Miraidon. I think you're Volt Switching into my Flutter, which I'll let you have. I will let you have it. I do not need it. Like, it'd be cool to keep it, but it's not required. I think you might Terra. Yeah, I think Terra is still good, but you're only doing that to not die, right? Terra there. Okay. Note that we didn't take the bait. We didn't go for the Scale Shot into the Lunala slot. We're just playing things pretty standard. I think we're going to Draco into my Zekrom. That'd be weird. They're probably just Volt Switching, right? Yep, there it is. Yeah, super standard play. Doesn't even break the Flutter. We love to see that. So no TR here, and fat damage in on the Lunala. And we didn't need to waste our Terra. Like, it's really good. Yeah, they still come in with the Luna. That's the play. Big Fusion Bolt. Rip it. So, again, they have fully, like, Zekrom's ability is Fusion, or Terra Volt, right? Which lets us ignore abilities, but you can't ignore... Shadow Shield can't be bypassed that way, so it sucks. This turn, though, we can do big damage if we wanted to. I think that we could just drop a Protect. We could also just double into the Ursa and probably get the KO. I'm not seeing an issue, though, with, like, a double Protect. I'd like the Ursa to take 1 tick of damage. This also makes it so if they wanted to Protect bait me, we'd be able to massively punish that slot. So if their Ursa does Protect here, this is like a skill check. If they make a misplay here, we're gaming. Moonblast, Zek, okay. And what are you doing? You're not Earthquaking, but it'd be funny if you were. Facade Zex. Yeah, we're just gonna go Ghost Terror and avoid a lot of that and just try and... We got free damage into that guy. Let me think about that. If that's what they're gonna do, I'm just gonna nuke the Lunala, actually. Because I can. You know, if their play is Facade here, they're not gonna expect this Terra choice. Yeah, Lunala can't Protect. I like this. I like this tech. Ghost Terra Zek is good. They can make a read and go for like a high horsepower or a headlong rush instead. That'd be usable tech. They can Earthquake too, if they want to be gamers. It would break both of our mons, like if they know we're gonna nuke this. That'd be good tech. There's a Protect. See, but now like we punished him. Like we got him thinking like, oh, Protect, yeah, I can do that. They're trying to wait out the turns on their taunt here, but this might KO because this is gonna be boosted by the terrain as well. Almost, but we're not gonna lose anything for this. Like we're not super effective, weak against anymore. We should live. Oh, they go into the Flutter. That is a problem. So now we need to do a couple different things. I'd like to get up a Tailwind. Oh gosh, chat, we're gonna get it. It's time. Shaking off the taunt, but that's okay. It's time to game. You guys ready for this? Oh my gosh. Not like this. Okay, Fusion Flare targets here. So what we're going to do is we're going to Fusion Bolt, KO the Lunala, and then the next mon that would be acting Speed Turbines would be Reshiram, and it's going to double dip damage into that Ursa and just blow it the heck up. Yo. Love to see this. Fusion Bolt. Oh my gosh. Remember, these moves double in damage if they're used respectively after another. So the way this works is if the next move that is used in the sequence of battle is another fusion move, Fusion Flare, it's going to double in damage. It's so good. Look at that. Woo! Oof. Oof. Dunzo, bro. That's what we like to see. That's so good. Oh my gosh. Oh man, this team is so sick. We still have Muck in the back too, which honestly is like not terrible. That Ursh is very annoying. Alright, so we can Protect with Zek if we need to. I don't know if that's actually ever going to be the play. The right play here is just to Draco the Miraidon. The problem is, I don't think they're going to let me get away with it. I think they're going to Degleam and take out my... They can take out one of my mons here, and I can't really do that much about it. We don't need a Tailwind here. It's actually almost always a better idea to Scale Shot here, because it would either KO the Miraidon, or it would... or we're dead, right? So it's like either if you stop my Zek from Tailwinding, it would be the same thing as stopping me from Scale Shotting, and if Scale Shot goes off, it would just redirect my Reshiram's attack into the Ursh. So yeah, I like this. Miraidon's not gonna have Protect, right? Snarl. That is some tech choices. We might lose. We definitely might. Like Muck's good, but it's not that good. So Scale Shot does go off. This should be able to get the KO. This is loaded dice. Note that we outspeed their Ursh because we are Jolly Zek. So we are going to get this KO here. Perfect. So again, we don't need that Tailwind. Because like right now, Zek still has that +1. And since we already knew we outspeed, we can then just Scale Shot their Ursh. We can go for a Fusion Bolt. If they're sashed, they look to be sashed. So let's see what happens here. Who you going into? Which one is it? You can take out the Zek if you want. Yeah, Surge Strikes is absolutely fine. As long as Reshiram can connect with a Draco Meteor, we are going to get the dub. And we used the Fusion Bolt, Fusion Flare sequence like correctly. It was so perfect. Let's go. Let me hit this. Come on, Reshiram. Draco, we're at -1, but it's still, we just need to break Sash, right? Another Draco, even at -3, we'll still get that KO from here. And then our last Mon is going to be the almighty Mook. Look at this Muck set, dude. This Muck set's kind of nutty. This guy's like, why do you have Muck here? Oh my gosh. So just another Draco, we'll get this KO, and then like, honestly, Drain Punch is enough. And we have Poison Touch. Yeah, we are cooking out here. We have a fat Reshiram. We got a big Muck. Look at this. Nothing, bro. Nothing. Muck live forever. Come on, live Muck. Just do it. Never lucky. Never mucky. Dang, he's pretty strong being able to OHKO our Muck like that. Just gotta hit this Draco. Hit my Draco. Let's go. That should get it. Perfect. Wins up. You take those wins all the way to the bank. Yo, this is what it looks like when you use your favorites, man. The magic just kind of happens. It all comes together when you use your favorites. All right, Kyogre, Koraidon. A lot of cool tech on that team. Zapdos as well. You don't see that one all that often anymore. I think I can actually lead with Zekrom here. I think Zekrom's actually really usable. So Zekrom's good. I'm actually going to full send... Am I going to full send the Smeargle? Like, I haven't used the Smeargle yet, man. Mid-game Smeargle. How's that sound? These two are correct, I think. Because if we can't stagger that Tailwind, we will lose. So those two, plus the Smeargle, I think it's probably right to go with like a mid-game Flutter, but I'm going to go Reshiram, obviously. Let's go. So remember, Smeargle has both Fusion Bolt and Fusion Flare. It was actually really hard to get a Smeargle that had those moves. So like, I want to use it, but it'll be really funny if it works, right? I think it'll be really, really funny. So Kyogre Wims. That's a lead you don't see all that often. Remember, Wims is one of the only prankster setters that doesn't get Rain Dance, right? So like, it probably has fake tears. That being said, like, stuff's gonna happen here. We're gonna learn today. All right. We don't want to Encore. I don't see an issue with just trading the Tailwind. And I think they're just gonna go Grass Terra. So like, I'm just gonna rip. Yeah, show me that Koraidon, baby. Show me. Ursa. It works for me too. You think I'm just gonna go... Are you Trick Rooming me? Ooh, that's really good tech. But like, what if I had Encore? You'd have to be like Dark Terra or like Mental Orb or something to get out of that. They are clicking the Trick Room here. So that's not good. And I don't have the Encore. And we only hit 4. Unlucky. Alright, we actually have one little bit of cool tech here. Moonblast. Okay, cool. I'm super happy to see no Trick Room there. I was going to be like, bro, that's really bad. Alright. I think if you just double into Ursa, you get the KO on it. You can protect. You can protect Moonblast. You can do a lot of different stuff here. Awesome. What kind of Terra are you? Dairy? Oh shit, it was. Ugh, that's really obnoxious. Who does that? Who hurt this man? That's crazy. Encore me in a skill shot? I mean, I was clicking it anyways. You didn't even need to go, like, you didn't need to do this. It's fine though. Big damage with the Moonblast coming in here. Lot of damage actually. Like crit would KO. Okay, no crit. Sod the Zek. That's a lot of like investment. You know, you blew your Terra for that just to take out a Zekrom. Hopefully it was worth it. All right, what do you got here? You're ticking out. I can Moonblast there. It's best to save this. But I could transform into their Wims. I'm going to just bring out the Reshiram. I think it's okay. We don't need to be Fusion Flowing. I'm actually going to Ancient Power. I vibe with that like a lot. So we're just going to Moonblast here. We still have Terra. Just go for a random Ancient Power. You can Encore me too. I don't really care. Like, I think we're okay. You can stagger the Tailwind. You can do a bunch of different stuff. Like, if I start getting Ancient Power procs, it's going to be good. It's going to be good. I think they might Encore my Wims relatively soon on like the last turn of Tailwind, so I can't re-stagger a Tailwind, but like, we'll see. Trying to think what else happens here. Nice. It's not Koraidon. It's going to be Kyogre, I think. Thinking I'm Sunny. Oh, Zapdos. Cool. That works. So these two plus... They didn't bring Koraidon. Awesome. It's really, really good for me. Encore Whims. Yep. Absolutely acceptable. I think Reshiram's in an amazing spot here. And we have Smeargle in the back, too. Like, I actually really like this. Special Touch Drop will be, like, Game Ender. Yeah. Oh, that's so nice. You know what else is a Game Ender? Ancient Power. Let's do it. Come on. Look at that damage. I wanted the damage. Alright, so I can Fusion Flare this turn. 2 turns on Encore, last turn Tailwind. Yeah, you definitely get out of dodge here. You pivot in the Smeargle, get ready to sack that slot. They're going to stagger a Tailwind, but then we're going to bring out in our Whims and be fine. If they want to Encore the Reshiram, that's fine. Leftover Zapdos, I'm not afraid of that Pokemon at this point. Not at all. I did want my Ancient Power proc, though that would have been really funny. AV Reshiram is commanding like a lot of board dominance right now. I want to be able to get the Whims on their side off the board. I don't know if they're tailwinding this turn. Okay. Is this Ursa? It should be Ogre, right? Ursa. Okay, works for me. Are you Trick Rooming? I will still KO you here if you're Trick Rooming. It looks like, it's hard to say. They're either Moonblasting or Trick Rooming. It's raining, but like, it's still Fusion Flare. I was respecting Sash. I think they actually were Trick Rooming that turn. I take the crit all the way to the bank because Reshiram is my favorite restricted legendary. And, oh gosh, we're going to be able to get it, aren't we? I'm going to be able to Fusion Bolt and then Fusion Flare. Oh my, I'm going to get it. If I want it. If I want it, it's here. Chat. It's here if I need it. Oh, that's so funny. Don't think I won't Fusion Bolt your Ursaluna, bro. No, you just spore the Kyogre here. And we take the Ancient Power KO into the Ursa. If they pivot out for Zap or something, like, we're gaming. And then we're going to KO the Ursa, and then we're going to spore the Zap, and it's going to end the rain, and we're going to be in a good spot. Yep. Kyogre is faster than our Reshiram here, and so actually, the Fusion Flare combo wouldn't have worked. Let's see if we can get a speed boost here, though. Any boost. It's an Omni boost. Ancient Power Reshiram, dude. It's so sick. Never lucky, no boosts, but it's fine. And remember, Zapdos is leftovers. It's not goggles or anything, so we can just spore it for free. And I think the play is we have to start dealing damage to that Kyogre. So what I'm going to actually do is just spore this Zap. I'm going to Draco Meteor the Kyogre, which is not amazing, but it really just turns off its ability to go for big spouts. And then I'm going to pivot out the Reshiram for Whims and come back in and just get ready to close. I'll lose the Smeargle, be able to repin and be good. I guess I could also start like... Oh man, there's so many cool things we can do here. Draco. Oof, big damage. Lefties is good. Yeah, this is a little bit of a clunky board, but I think I'm okay. We're stuck using Scarf, so we're just going to stay right in there. Whims is going to come in, and we're going to pivot out Smeargle for Reshiram. And who knows, we might be able to go for the Fusion Bolt, Fusion Flare combo in a couple turns. It's definitely possible. Won't say it's impossible. Yeah, we're stuck using Spore. We are scarfed. There's the 1-turn sleep, wake up. Never lucky. Tailwind. Okay, so we're going to stagger that Tailwind. Re-put you to sleep. Kyogre's on a turn 2 sleep. I wouldn't be surprised if the Zapdos dropped the Protect here. It has Protect probably because it has leftovers. They might be trying to avoid an Encore, but at the same time, they're gonna get caught eventually, right? So we are gonna Spore that, stagger the Tailwind. Yeah, and I think Reshiram just getting onto the board will win the game. The fact that we've neutered the Ogre's Spout means it has to use like Pulse and other stuff like that. Perfect. So next turn I pivot in Reshiram, I think. Unless Kyogre wakes up this turn, I might put it back to sleep. Kyogre, you waking up, buddy? Yes, so I can put that back to sleep, unless they get an Oko on Smeargle. Water Spout's too weak, I think. Yeah, awesome. We take those. So they're going to good night, go fight once again. I could double into the Ogre. I think that's still the right play. So, like, we're going to Spore the Ogre and... think I might just Fake Tears the Zapdos this turn. Because it's free, right? Spore there. Could have Fake Tears the Kyogre this turn, but I didn't want to get like Protect Baited. You know what I mean? I'd rather get guaranteed results. Like if the Kyogre Protect Baited and the Zapdos got a 1-turn sleep and killed one of my mons, that'd be really bad. See, there's the 1-turn sleep again on the Zapdos. Hurricane to the Whimsy. Like I'm really happy I took the Fake Tears when I could get it. Really happy I took the Fake Tears when I could get it, because that Zapdos was going to be a problem I didn't want to necessarily deal with. Kyogre's asleep, so I can come back in with my Reshiram. I wonder if Fusion Flare will just KO there. Man, 2 1-turn sleeps back to back on Zapdos. What do you have, Keen Eye over here? We can put the Zapdos to sleep to deal with it when we need to. I want to do this. I'm doing it. I'm gaming out here. I'm just going to game. I don't think this KOs. I think it's going to be a 2-shot, but I think Kyogre's going to be asleep for 1 more turn, and I'm not really that afraid of Kyogre, honestly. But yeah, 2 1-turn sleeps is pretty lame, right? It's pretty unfortunate. I'm going to get like Sheer Cold that I can feel it. Awesome. Ancient Power. Can I get my boost? 10% chance to boost all my stats by 1. Oh my gosh, almost got the KO. So Fusion Flare would have gotten that KO. And remember, Kyogre's just within range of like a... Kyogre's within range of a Draco, right? So we don't really have to do anything weird here. How many 1-turn sleeps you got on that Zap? How many more do you have? Let's see. He's thinking. Yeah, we're stuck here. So no detect. He's not trying to detect or do anything weird. I want another chance at this, man. Give me my boosts, boys. Do it. You're never lucky out here, man. Crazy. And Kyogre's on 3rd turn sleep, so I'm just like, all right, we take these wins. We take these wins all the way to the bank. Not bad. Again, you still have to kind of get this Kyogre off the board, so we just keep sporing there. We're going to rip a Draco to make him so weak that like a Spout wouldn't even KO Smeargle. If he is using Spout, he has to be using Pulse here. The only way that we lose is Sheer Cold. Surf! That's actually really cool tech. You do not see that often. Ever, actually. I don't think I've ever really seen a Kyogre click that button, but we should be fine. And we take those wins all the way to the bank, and we get a crit. You know, we don't even need it. The first Draco did about like 53%, so we were fine. So we take those wins all the way to the bank, guys. If you guys like this sort of content, you guys like the exclusive made for YouTube content, think about dropping the sub. We're still trying to get to 50K before the end of the year. We're making a bunch of cool teams featuring some of my favorite Pokemon for the last month of Reg I, and we'd love to have you along for the ride, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Peace out, and I'll see you guys next time.